Hi, in this video I will go over multiplying polynomials. Looking at the first one, I have 2n minus 2 times n plus 3. I can use the FOIL method over here, F-O-I-L. First, outer, inner, last. So, I can multiply 2n times n, which gives me 2n squared. That takes care of my first. Outer is 2n times positive 3, which is positive 6n. Next I have my inner, which is negative 2 times n, which is negative 2n. And lastly we have our last, which is negative 2 times positive 3, which is negative 6. Now I can simplify this further. I can simplify the n's. 2n squared. 6n minus 2n gives me positive 4n. And the negative 6 we don't have to multiply, so this is our answer. Next, I have 8x minus 4, parentheses, 6x squared minus x minus 4. First, I will take the 8x and multiply with all three of these numbers. Then I will take this negative 4 and multiply with all three of these numbers. Starting off, we have 8x times 6x squared, which is 48x cubed. Next, we have 8x times negative x, which is negative 8x squared. Next, we have 8x times negative 4, which is negative 32x. Now we're going to move on to our negative 4 side. So negative 4 times 6x squared is negative 24x squared. Next, we have negative 4 times negative x, which is positive 4x. And lastly, we have negative 4 times negative 4, which is positive 16. Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. The cubes I can't simplify any further, so it's just 48x cubed. However, the squares I can simplify. We have negative 8x squared minus 24x squared. This gives us negative 32x squared. I can then simplify my x's terms over here. Negative 32 plus 4 gives me negative 28, so I have negative 28x. And lastly, my plus 16 can't be simplified any further, so this is my final answer. Next, I have n minus 4 times 2n plus 7. Once again, with the first problem that we did, we're going to use the FOIL method. So first, outer, inner, and last. So first is n times 2n, which is 2n squared. Outer is n times positive 7, which is positive 7n. Inner is negative 4 times 2n, which is negative 8n. And lastly, we have negative 4 times 7, which is negative 28. Now all we have to do is multiply these n terms. So 2n squared. Now we have 7 minus 8, which is negative 1, so we will do negative n minus 28. Lastly, we have 8b plus 3 times 8b squared plus 5b minus 8. We're going to do the same steps as above. We're first going to take this 8b and we're going to multiply it with all three of these terms. Then we're going to take the 3 and multiply it with all three of these terms. 8b times 8b squared gives us 64b cubed. Next we have 8b times 5b, which is positive 40b squared. Next, we have 8b times negative 8, which is negative 64b. Now, moving on to the 3. 3 times 8b squared is positive 24b squared. 3 times 5b is positive 15b. And lastly, we have 3 times negative 8, which is negative 24. Now, we'll simplify this. The cubed doesn't have to be simplified, so it's just going to be 64b cubed. The squares we can't simplify. 40b squared plus 24b squared gives us plus 64b squared. Now we have negative 64b plus 15b. So negative 64 plus 15 would give us negative 49b. And lastly, our 24 doesn't have to be simplified, so we'll just put negative 24. And this is our final answer. And this is how we do multiplying polynomials.